Wow, that was something. That was really something. So, I am gonna just be completely honest. It's so hard to have any interest in this and continuing to do this. If I didn't have this channel, I probably wouldn't do this. But I've made a commitment. I gotta see it through. So Halo Season 1, Episode 4, titled Homecoming. It was impressive. It was impressive. So much happened. Also, while nothing fucking happened, you pretty much are in the same spot when the episode ends as when it started. Again, if you like this show, good for you. I'm very happy for you. However, I'm going to run through this episode, trying to make it quick, and just give my thoughts on a few things. So, again, episode 4, titled Homecoming. We start with a group of kids in the Spartan program running in formation, singing their Jodies. You get a little title screen. Each character, gets their number and their name up. And then you cut to Halsey confronting young John in his quarters. He tried to run away again, she says. And Halsey goes on this spiel about how important he is. He's gonna save them all. He's the key. He's the one. Little weird. And the only reason it's a little weird is because of what happens later in this episode. Oh, but I'll get to that. Anyway, cut to present day. Chief is staring into slip space on Eridanus 2. He says it looks different now. And Cortana says the human eye can't actually see slip space. She starts to go in depth and starts to give a little explanation. John says, "Oh, you're ruining it."
Ha! Got him!
Oh, remember episode 2? When Quan dismissed him like that and he dismissed Cortana? I feel like that's probably some information you'd want to know, considering you said it looks different. But, we have to give those callbacks that they're so emotional. And they hit me right in the feels. Made me feel things. Cortana then tells him he's feeling anxious. John says, "This is what anxious feels like?" She says, "Well, yeah, technically." Like, okay, look, I understand you had this emotional suppressor thing in your body, but you have been on multiple fields of battle, hundreds of fields of battle. You felt anxious before. You have. It's an involuntary response to something. You have felt anxious. An emotional suppressor would not stop you from feeling anxious. It is an involuntary feeling. Hell, when I eat fucking Taco Bell, I feel anxious about the trip to the toilet. Okay? And I don't think an emotional suppressor chip would stop that. So, oh god, yeah. Then we go to fucking Madrigal. Soren takes her there. She gotta find the rebellion. Whatever. I'm completely checked out of that whole fucking plotline. Anyway, on Reach, Kai has cut out her emotional suppressor chip without anyone's help. No help. Cortana had to direct Chief on where it was, and even if you didn't have Cortana, you probably would make more than a small incision. It'd probably be a motherfucker to get out of there not knowing its exact location. You've grown since it's been in there, so it's probably drifted a little bit. It's kind of how the body works. But, nevertheless, we get more Spartan booty, okay? This show's really stepped it up, alright? And we're gonna go, that's not the last booty we're gonna lay eyes on in this episode. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. They have to remind you it's an adult show. This is a show for adults. So you get ass now. Yeah, that's my reaction too. Alright, and then Chief, Halsey, and the Weasel fucking looking boy, I don't know his name, I don't care enough. They get to Eridanus 2, which I'm just gonna call Uranus 2. Chief tries to remember where the artifact's buried. And then we go back. What the fuck is wrong with the editing in this show? Let characters breathe and have dialogue. You don't need to jump cut between different plot lines every 2 minutes. Madrigal, Soren gets Quan into the city and her dad, they go to, they say to come to your dad's vigil. Okay, fucking who cares. Alright, Kai's cleaning her sniper and she puts gun lube in her hair to make it pink streaky. Because, express yourself, girl. You got it. Strut that shit. Pretty sure that's probably against military regulations, but hey, you are a special operations unit. They kind of get to do what the fuck they want every now and again. So hey, I'm willing to let that slide. But you fucking rock your shit, girl. Express yourself. Alright, and then race swap, Miranda Geese is going to have each member of Silver Team touch the artifact to see if it does blue chiefy things. Doesn't. Chief is digging in a field. and finds a box of his childhood drawings. Oh. Like a little time capsule. Papa made him bury the things he saw in the woods. Kind of children of the forest shit going on out there, I don't fucking know. But then Chief walks into his little childhood home. He's feeling all kinds of things in his tum-tum. Yeah, Kwan goes to the village, or the vigil, and nobody gives a fuck about her dad died. Tough shit, okay? Nobody cares. Alright, Silver Team touches the artifact. Nothing fucking happens, but Kai gives Miranda Keyes the business. Gives her the business. Alright, she says, you don't give a fuck about us, you don't like us, bitch. Okay? So, she's a dick. Alright, you've been a dick to us. Basically, since we've known you, you're a dick. Chief has Cortana virtually rebuild the home and the heads-up display. He's put the helmet on! I'll be goddamn. Holy shit! I mean, I thought Cortana was just gonna project it across the room with her fucking hand. She can appear anywhere, so why not rearrange matter? Fuck it. This show doesn't care, but the show writers gave a fuck enough to put his helmet back on. Thanks, show writers. You're awesome. Yeah, so she virtually rebuilds his home and he looks around and... Oh yeah, actually, speaking of which, we got the little Halo Infinite poster where he's holding his helmet next to his leg. Little pan out camera. Boom. Look at that. They pay attention, right? So yeah, Cortana virtually rebuilds his home, puts his helmet on, sees it in the hood, makes him feel all nice and warm, and he feels things in his tummy, in his little tum-tum. And he remembers where the second artifact is from his memories of him kneeling down. This scene took an hour and a fucking half, it felt like, to get through, but he saw his memories of his child self drawing some shit, and he remembered where it at. GG. John, this. Remember what I talked about Halsey a few minutes ago? This shit, okay? John then pans over and sees a memory of him sitting on the bar. Halsey sitting there. They're flipping a coin, guessing if it's going to be heads or tails, or UNSC or Eagle, whatever is on the coin. And Halsey gives off some serious, and I do mean serious, pedo vibes. Okay? I mean, she tells him how special he is. She asks, can I see you again? John's like, I guess. And she says, can it be our secret?
What? What the fuck?
Whoa. She did everything short of telling him if he tells anyone, you'll get in trouble. Look, Hollywood, I think everybody knows what you got going on, but you gotta hide it a little bit, okay? We know what you got going on out there, but goddamn, just put it in the show. Just putting it right in the show. I mean, it is almost a depiction of probably what happens to a lot of child actors, bless their hearts. But yeah, she gives off some serious Chomo vibes, and the memory makes Chief a little unsettled. That's called repressed feelings there, Johnny boy. You should seek some therapy, because it's gonna take a while in that couch to get through what the fuck happened to you. So Kai continues to act strange, talking about Covenant weapons, and he starts going through Silver Team's knowledge of the enemy, and there's one part where I think Vanek and Riz kind of have this little dialogue where it is actually, it's kind of funny. It was actually, it was kind of funny. I'll give it to him. That small section when, you know, Kai was sitting there with the Needler, and, you know, Miranda Keyes says, I know what a Needler is. And then they say the Sangheili word for it, and she's like, oh, that could mean just shit, don't kill me. And he's like, yeah, that's right. And then Riz says, you ever heard a grunt beg for his life? It's pathetic. And then, like, they kind of go back and forth real quick, and I actually thought, hey, that could be in a Halo game. That was kind of funny. That wasn't god-awful dialogue, like the rest of the fucking show's been. But one positive doesn't outweigh 465,829 negatives. So, Miranda continues to dismiss them all until they say, oh yeah, we know some Covenant languages, or some of the Covenant language, and Miranda realizes, wait, I dissect Covenant language, this can help me out, let me be nice to these fuckers now. Yeah, Kwan goes to visit her aunt, Venture hires an assassin to kill her. We see the second pair of cheeks in this episode. That is 2 pairs of cakes. Alright, we got 2 asses. This show has really stepped it up. Episode 1, no helmet chief. Episode 2, no armor chief. Episode 3, Chiefy Cheeks. Episode 4, we got 2 asses. We got more Spartan booty, and then evil white dictator booty. At least we didn't get evil white dick, I guess. But 2 asses. Next week, you know what it is. Gotta be either full frontal titties or just a big old meat slapped right on the camera. So you gotta keep up the consistency, okay?
Oh, I know what the ladies like.
Anyway, Quan goes to visit her aunt. She gets fucking schwacked. Miranda is jealous of the Spartans. She has a conversation with him because of Halsey's affection towards the Spartans, and the Spartans talk about their training. This was kind of fucking funny. They not funny in like a haha way, like funny in like, wow, that's fucking okay. The acting's not good. I get what they're going for. I'm sure those Spartan actors, the Silver Team actors, are fine, but I get what they're going for, but I don't know. They go quite pull it off for me. They talk about, they had pets, and if they lost a challenge, they'd have to kill their pet. Yeah. So so we cut back to Uranus 2, and Halsey goes to approach John, and John basically is like, you were here. He basically is ready to tell the judge that he remembers where she touched him, and he doesn't like it. He is not feeling very settled by these memories. I don't even want to know what memories he's having of her. Cut back to Madrigal for the last time, thank God. Quan's aunt, whack! Soren takes her away, they run her off, we get a cool chase scene, okay. Kai and Miranda have a little friendship moment. Have a little friendship moment. And they find out about a sacred ring that is called Halo in a matter of 2 seconds, which I may have missed some shit, but I have no fucking clue how they made the connection from from sacred ring to Halo. It is shaped like a halo. My first thought when I see a ring is a circle. That's just me. Maybe it's called Circle. We are in a separate timeline. You don't know. I don't know either. But yeah, like 2 seconds. Miranda asks her to keep it to herself. Don't tell Halsey. Kai says, yeah, we're like sisters. Got you. I ain't telling her shit. Cool. Chief finds the second artifact and Halsey creams her pants. Okay. How did we get here? I know Halo 4 and 5 are bad. Infinite's not horrible. But how did we get here? How did Halo become this? I'm not sure what the hell's happened. Look, it was all fun and games when I was making fun of AKs and Glocks in space. There was a 6 hour in the last episode. I saw that one. You didn't get that one, Bobby. But when we're talking about, 20th and 21st century weapons in the 26th century, cool, that's funny. We're making haha jokes now at this point. This shit is so convoluted and just jumbled full of, it's a mess. The editing's a mess. The writing's a mess. The acting, they're trying. God bless it. I said in a previous video, thank you, Pablo Schreiber, for not attacking fans. But, this show is a mess. And I wanted to eat crow on this show so bad. I wanted to really like it. It's just, I'm completely checked out of the Quan and Madrigal storyline. I don't care. I would rather have found her on Rubble or with Soren. Maybe learning how to be a pirate, finding a new place in the world. She's not going to go lead a revolution. Chief doesn't wear his armor. Chief never wears the helmet. They knew fans were going to bitch about that, and they still steered right into the skid. They didn't give a damn. He doesn't have his helmet on for the majority of this whole season. Hell, he doesn't have his armor on, barely, for the first 4 episodes. This is a mess. And yes, Halsey is a cunt in-game and in the show. That's canon. She sucks. Halsey is bad juju. I just don't get it. I don't know how we've completely gotten here. I don't want to do this anymore, but I've made a commitment. I'm gonna see it through. I'm gonna try to see it through. Yeah, Kai cutting out her little emotional suppression chip. I didn't get that at all. we've got nothing from her character except for her watching Chief around corners like fucking Gollum. She's given us no indication that something's got to be explained here. I get it, it's only 4 episodes deep, but so far it's a fucking train wreck and shit needs to be explained. I can't get over the editing in this show. It is terrible. We're jumping between plot lines every 20 seconds. But hell, you know what? Maybe it'll get better. Maybe it'll get great. Doubt it, but I could be wrong. Hell, thanks for listening. Hope you liked everything you heard. If you didn't, thank you for listening this long. Let me know what you think about the show in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll talk to you later.